gonna also be switching to whispering and telling you about Central American creatures, like monsters and their legends, and kind of like how they began as a legend, and where these monsters and creatures, originate from, which countries, Central American wise. So just kick back and relax, and I hope that you enjoy this video. In today's video, I am going to be doing a soft-spoken type of video, as well as going into whispers, telling you about Central American creatures, monsters, and their what country they originate from, and also kind of like who they are and how their story began. So just kick back and relax, and let's get into this, okay? So the first creature is called El Cadejo, and it originates from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. Creatures a representation of good versus evil. So God created, so the legend goes, is that God created a good spirit, and it's known as the white dog because there are two dogs, or two cadejos. The white dog, Blanco Cadejo, is said to have blue eyes, and is supposed to represent a spirit of light, and it's supposed to protect believers and protect babies and children from the evil Cadejo known as the Black Cadejo. So the Black Cadejo, or the Black Dog, was created from out of spite from Satan to combat God, which obviously that did not work out. So it appears to wandering drunkards, so people wandering, walking down the road. I do have some water. Committing immoral acts, those that have bad intentions. Said that the black dog, the Cadejo, the evil Cadejo, is supposed to have red eyes similar to burning coals. And what it does is that it will hypnotize its victims and steal their soul. And in El Salvador, it is known as being called played by an evil spirit. So El Cadejo, and there's a legend that the evil Cadejo was formed from this boy that became this dog, this evil dog, because he would dress up in have slime that I'm also gonna be playing with. I want to play with my slime. This one is PB&J. The next one originates from Panama and Costa Rica, and she is known as La Tulevieja or Tulevieja. There's two ways to spell her name. She originates in Panama and Costa Rica. Okay. So she's also known and if I pronounce this wrong, I apologize, but she is known as La Tipesa in Nicambe, Bucle, folklore, and she is known as a terrifying old woman with some bird-like features involving wings and claws and a bloated body, often leaking milk from swollen bosoms. So she's kind of like a harpy. I don't know if you guys know what a harpy is, but it's kind of like that. It's like a creature that looks like a woman, has wings, and she appears near forests, and she often targets, her main target is men, mainly unfaithful men, unfaithful lovers. She's kind of like a blend of La Llorona and indigenous spirits. Oh, her legend goes, well, there's two different versions. The first one is that she was a very, very beautiful girl, and she fell in love with a man in her own village, but their love was forbidden, and they had a child, and in order for her to stay within her town and to not be found out about just this forbidden love child, she drowned her son in a river to hide her guilt. And then God basically punished her, turning her into this like evil looking creature, turning her into La Tulevieja, condemned to search for her son for all eternity, like, you know, similar to La Llorona in Mexico, shouting through the rivers, looking for him. Now, the second version is about a young woman who went to a party, and she left her son alone, right? He got lost, and he got lost, she could never find him, and she became La Tulevieja, where you'll hear crying, and she is still in search of him. So she's it's kind of sad, I guess, but like also scary, because she finds like a child, she will abduct children. So you've got to be careful, especially around water. With some of these creatures that I'm telling about, you'll have to be careful around water, because they like water. Yeah, they're around water. So the next one is called El Silbón, and it originates in Venezuela and parts of Colombia. So the story goes is that El Silbón was a spoiled child who asked his father for some deer meat, but when his father wasn't able to find any deer getting between like 3 to 6 meters in height, so he's pretty tall. And he basically wanders through grasslands, especially in Venezuela, carrying the sack full of his father's bones and his victims. And you will know if El Silbón is near based on a whistle. So the whistle has like the notes C, D, E, F, and then it goes lower to G, A, B. So it's the legend goes is that the closer you hear the whistle, the safer you are. But the farther you hear the whistle, you better start running, because it's going to, you know. But that's El Silbón. So the next one is El Sisimiento. Sisimiento. And it originates in southern Mexico, Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. Okay, I'm gonna take a break on the slime. El Sisimiento is known as the jungle guardian ape. So he is basically the Sasquatch, but like this is like a different version of him, of the Sasquatch, where it's a humanoid creature with black or brown fur, much larger than an average person, 4 fingers on each hand, but no thumbs. No thumbs. Ape-like facial features and backwards facing feet with no knees. And it is said that it has the force capable of breaking human bones in one blow. And he is known to be the protector of the forest, of the jungle, guarding the animals, guarding the trees. So the next one is called Los Duendes, and that's throughout Central America, and they are known as small elf-like creatures that live in forests or abandoned homes. They play tricks, kidnap children, and help the worthy. And they are known for rearranging things and luring people into the woods, mainly single or alone women. So the next one is called Tata Duende, and this creature originates in Belize. So we have Tata, which means grandfather or father in the Yucatec Mayan dialect. And duende means goblin. Like I said, goblin. In Spanish, duende. So, and it has another name besides Tata Duende. He is known as El Dueño del Monte, the goblin of the mountains. So he is a forest-dwelling goblin with no thumbs, a large hat, guardian of the forest and animals. And if you see him and mention it, he may curse or abduct you. So, a lot of abductions. He cuts the thumbs off children who disobey or destroy nature. He is strongly rooted in Mayan beliefs. And the next one is La Sigua. And if I do say that wrong, lo siento, I'm sorry. But La Sigua, and that originates in Costa Rica. And La Sigua, who takes the appearance of a beautiful woman to lure drunk or lustful men. She's a very beautiful seductress who appears at night to these men. And then whenever she has them in her grasp, that appearance immediately sheds away, and she turns into this demonic horse-headed creature. Skeletal horse head, which is terrifying. And basically she is a warning against immoral behavior and drunkenness. So yeah, it's just scary to think, like, you see this beautiful woman, you know, and you're drunk, and you're just like, okay, and then she just immediately turns into this thing, this creature that's just horse-headed. Like, oh my god, that's scary to think of, honestly. Okay, so the next one is El Sombrerón, and he originates in Guatemala. Okay, so El Sombrerón is a man dressed in all black with a giant hat, boots, and a silver guitar. The silver guitar. And what he does is he enchants young women, especially women with long hair and big eyes, by singing to them at night, braiding their hair, and feeding them soil, eventually driving them crazy. He appears, and whenever they've come to a point where they can't handle it, most of his victims, they become deceased. So what happens is that he will appear at their funerals, shedding crystal tears. So, like, actual crystals, like crystal tears. And he is a warning against superficial beauty and improper courtship. He is similar to an incubus or, romantic type of spirit that lures women of that sort. They say, like, loose women as well. The next one is La Silamba, and it originates in Panama. La Silamba is described as resembles a white sheet that floats over the countryside, blending in with the fog. It traps any unwary people who dare to wander around at night, at the time of night, enveloping them and turning them into dust, reducing them to nothing but a pile of bones, basically. And honestly, for some reason, I am reminded, when I think of La Silamba, I am reminded of the Mummy in the part where I don't know if you guys ever seen the Mummy, like the Brendan Fraser Mummy, the first one, Costa Rica, Colombia, and Venezuela. So the legend of the Chivato, or snitch. Chivato is snitch. So its appearance is like a demonic goat, man-goat hybrid. And he was a traitor in life, some sort of like military or criminal informant. And because of this, he was cursed by God to be Chivato. And he's associated with betrayal and witchcraft. And he's believed to appear during certain rituals or to chase those who disturb sacred land, emitting a foul odor of sulfur, leaving behind scorched footprints where nothing can ever grow there again. And sometimes he is seen in a military uniform. Yeah, so that is basically all of the creatures. There's more, for sure, there's more, but those are the ones that I found that were cool, and I wanted to share just a little bit of just some of those types of stories revolving around those creatures, and just their origination, and just I don't know, because it's just fun to me to look up those types of videos about folklore and legends, and I figured why not, look up something about Central America. And but yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I am so thankful that you are here with me. And just remember that Jesus loves you, and that I love you, okay, I love you behind the camera, okay, and I just want you to have a great day, and take it easy on yourself. If you are having a tough time right now, just remember that you are not alone, that God has got you, and that we are here as a community to support you. So we love you, and I'm here, so don't